Hey guys, it's Bailey and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about beauty empties, or as I like to call it, a walk through my beauty graveyard. It's been a while probably since January. Been a while since I've done this, so products have definitely built up and I'm ready to go through them with you. So let's go ahead and dive in. I think part of the reason these take so long is because I really like to challenge myself to use up like color cosmetics products, because skincare, hair care, body care, that kind of stuff where I have one product that I typically go to every day, that gets used up pretty quickly. It's the lip stuff, the eye stuff, those kinds of things that just take me a while, but I personally love seeing them in empties videos, so I always try and include at least a few of them. Let's go ahead and start with them, shall we? So two for this video. One is the Soap & Glory Sexy Mother Pucker Gloss Stick, and this is the shade Nudist. I got this, it's been a long time since I've had this, and this is one of those products that it goes in and out of being my go-to lip product because it is a classic. Is there anything left? Oh, there almost is. It's like this classic glossy nude shade. It's in a stick format, so it's super easy to apply, although they have updated the packaging on these, I believe. Now, instead of coming in sort of like a crayon shaped taper tip, it's closer to a lipstick where you have kind of a slanted flat edge that you can push against your lips, which might kind of help with a better way to wear it down, because this does get kind of dull as time goes on, so it's harder to get precise. But for the most part, as a nude shade, as a kind of a glossy, balmy nude shade, very comfortable, very flattering, gives a hint of pigmentation, smells amazing, and it's just like a tinted lip conditioner. Overall, very nice. I probably will pick up this exact shade in the new packaging. Fingers crossed they haven't changed the formula though, because I love the formula. Next up is a formula that I don't love so much. The reason this is in my empties video, it's the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Call Me, this beautiful eggplant purple. But the reason it's in this is because it dried out and broke. I was using it one day. I got into the habit of using it really frequently because it was a nice, not super, it's not as severe as a black might be on the waterline, but it does give you a little bit of extra drama if you apply it there. Great for some daytime drama or some nighttime drama, quite frankly. But anywho, I found myself using it a lot, and I'm not sure if it was, dry winter weather, although it doesn't really get as dry here in Texas as it used to when I was in Chicago. Like, that was severe dryness, so I was a little surprised that this just broke in the middle of application. And it wasn't a small chunk either. It wasn't like on its last legs. It was a good size, like it broke down in here and then just fell out on the floor. No good. But I like it. I don't know that I will repurchase it just because there are a couple of other similar purpley eggplant shadows. I do like the formula, but not if it's gonna dry out like this. Granted, they are affordable, so if you're looking for an affordable eggplanty purple, Call Me. It's a good option. Oh, I lied. I do have another color cosmetics. Well, technically two, but not really, and you'll see why. This next one is a foundation. It's the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Stick Foundation. I love this foundation. It applies so smoothly and evenly, buffs out like a dream, gives you full and buildable coverage, and it just looks like second skin. It's a little glowy right now. If you have watched literally probably any video that I put out, I'm constantly talking about this foundation. It's the J. Manuel Photo Finish or Skin Illusion foundation, whatever that is. I'm almost out of that as well, but that's slightly, it looks more powdery, which sounds bad, but it's just not as glowy as I would say this from Makeup Forever is. So this I love for the winter because it does give you that nice dewy lit from within, but my skin, which is combination, can handle it a little bit better in the winter when it's not as greasy and like just shiny already naturally. Absolutely beautiful. So I probably will hold off on buying this until winter, but in the meantime, if you haven't tried it yet, get it now. Now onto a product. This actually probably should have been in my products I regret buying. Actually, it definitely should have been that video, which I have either just put up or will have put up. I'm kind of rapid fire filming, so it's going to be up soon if it's not already. Otherwise, I will link to it somewhere. This was a total dud because it didn't work. I literally didn't get to try any of the products, so I assume it's empty because nothing would come out of this pump. It's the BH Cosmetics BH Studio Pro Waterproof Eye Primer. I'm trying to do like a top 5 affordable eye primers, like drugstore eye primers for the summer, especially because it's hot. Your makeup's melting off, and so a good affordable eye primer is an asset to have. Went to go try this out. Nothing. Just nothing. So disappointing. So yeah, that probably should have been in my regrets pile, but it's empty. I mean, I think. So it fits. Now moving on to skincare. I don't even know where to begin. Okay, let's start with this guy. This is kind of a hot product, the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Water. We all know and love, well, we all know this bottle anyway. I know, so there were some mixed reviews on it. The premise of this is that you dampen a cotton swab, you rub it all over your face, it removes your makeup, and then you don't have to rinse. Like at least 3 times on this bottle it says no need to rinse. No rinse, don't even think about it. That's not how I live my life. I have got to cleanse my skin, so I have been using this as a makeup remover, and it works pretty stinking well for the most part. There are some really stubborn eye products that I have to go in with a little bit more robust, like creamy remover to remove, but I'd say it gets the job done. However, I still notice like around the perimeter of my face, and just, I don't know, I've gone like 2-3 days just using this, and my skin just, it just doesn't feel clean, and like it gets kind of congested. Not on the surface, like I don't really know how to describe it, like kind of smaller bumps that you can feel to the touch, but I'm acne prone, so I definitely know the difference between like a full-blown zit or pimple or something. This is just like minor congestion that I get when I don't use a cleanser after using this. So I've been using this as a makeup remover and then partnering it with a cleanser. But I do have, I have a couple of these on backup actually, because I've gotten some through like BeautyCon, and then I recently got another one in the mail as like a press thing. And so I have a couple of these as backup. So I'll just continue to use it because it's not bad. That being said, I do know that the standard for a micellar water might be to have your skin feel clean, like you don't need to cleanse it afterwards. So if that's the case, if you're looking to use this as, your one and done product, maybe it's not for you, because, and granted I haven't tried a whole lot of micellar waters out there, but given my experience, this might not be the one for a one and done product. Next up is a toner. This is the SK-II Facial Treatment Essence, a little guy that I got from Influenster in a Vox box. So I went through it pretty quickly, and it was conveniently enough during a time when I was sick. You might remember, was it May? It must have been May that I was sick and I was on decongestants, just like with a cold. And so I was chowing down on decongestants and my skin was dry. And so this I started using because I figured SK-II is generally known as a great anti-aging brand. So I figured this would pack a little bit more moisture than my normal kind of acne targeting toners. And it was okay. I mean, I didn't notice dramatic results. It didn't dry my skin out. It didn't make it freak out with breakouts, so that's good. But I know it's also tends to be a pricier brand, so I don't know that I would go seek it out for when I need to repurchase like a toner, moisturizing or otherwise. What I am actually using now, although these are empties, I have since purchase them here. But what I'm also showing you, my empties that I'm still currently using now, are more so for acne skin, both from Paula's Choice. First, let's talk about the acne body spray. I work out relatively frequently, and I find the more I work out, the more prone I am to breakouts. Rude. Rev your engine somewhere else. And I find the more I work out, the more prone I am to breakouts, specifically on my chest and back. And so this is nice because it's a spray, has 2% salicylic acid, and I will come out of the shower, having washed my face, give a spritz on my face, chest, hit my back once too, and then I am good to go for the rest of the day. I know I'm covered, and I have noticed a pretty significant difference in the amount of breakouts I have, which is really nice. And then at night, I will go in and use the Skin Perfecting 2% BHA liquid. It's the exact same active ingredient. Both of these are 2% salicylic acid, but the acne product has more anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, soothing, moisturizing, but moisturizing, a lot of people with acne skin hear moisturizing and they like ruffle their feathers because they want to like dry their skin out. Moisturizing in a good way, don't think it's gonna make your skin greasy, but that's what this is specifically for targeting acne, whereas this is using a gentle exfoliant salicylic acid just as your nightly cleanse. That way when I go in with a treatment afterwards, I got fresh, squeaky, clean, new skin cells sitting on top of there, so my product's gonna really penetrate through that. And so that's why I use that at night. Then I also have another kind of acne treatment empty from Paula's Choice. This is the Daily Skin Clearing Treatment, and this is 2.5% benzoyl peroxide, and I obviously use this stuff and you are supposed to apply this all over your skin, which prior to using this I didn't know there were benzoyl peroxide products out there that you could do that with, because it tends to be a more aggressive acne ingredient. Works well for my skin, but I've used them in spot treatments. So I really like the way this works. I'm now using, and I don't have it near me, I'm back to more of a spot treatment kind of thing, but I liked what it did for my skin, but I didn't notice a significant difference when I ran out and stopped using it and didn't have a replacement for it. So that's why I repurchased the toner / treatment products and not this. Last up is a sunscreen. This is the Garnier Skin Active Clearly Brighter Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 15 Brightening and Smoothing Daily Moisturizer. This was just okay for a couple of reasons. First of all, a little bit about my preferences in sunscreen. I love, if I can, have a combined daily SPF with my moisturizer. I don't like wearing SPF in my foundation just because you need a good, to get the guaranteed protection, you need to apply probably more sunscreen than I would when I have it in my foundation, if that makes sense. Like the amount of foundation that I would need to get the sun protection is way more than I would actually apply. So I like to have it instead in my moisturizer, and as a result, I like moisturizers that are lightweight, because I do have that combo acne prone skin, sinks in really nicely, but still creates a nice base for the makeup that I'm about to apply. Additionally, I do like something higher than SPF 15, so that alone is why I won't repurchase this. I typically go for 30, but it's good. I mean, it really checked all the other boxes. Like, it's lightweight, sinks in, creates a nice base. I just like a little bit more than 15, and this smells very strong. Like this, I'm not sure if it's something with the whole line, but this is very heavily fragranced, and I didn't experience an issue with my skin, but I do know if you have sensitive, even acne prone skin, artificial fragrances can really inflame that if you're not careful. So something else to consider, and another reason why I'm not going to repurchase this. Instead, I am going back to another Paula's Choice product. This is the Resist Youth Extending Daily Mattifying Fluid. This has an SPF of 50, but I gotta be honest, it is not my favorite. I went back to this just because it was something else in my collection that I knew I liked the results, but the consistency of this is so watery. It's how I got turned onto something that's a little bit more of a thicker lotion. This is just, feels, ironically, given that it's mattifying, feels a little greasy, although it does really smooth nicely onto the skin. It's just a very watery formula that's kind of a turnoff for me. And so recently in the mail, I got the L'Oreal Revitalift Bright Reveal Brightening Moisturizer, and this has an SPF of 30. It goes in conjunction with this whole line that I'm kind of dabbling in right now, but I've really been liking this. This is kind of back to more of a a creamier consistency as opposed to a watery one, but it's not overly hydrating. Because this is like their Revitalift line, I typically associate with anti-aging, which can tend to be a little more moisturizing than my skin can handle. Not the case at all with this guy. So I've really been liking this, but occasionally I will mix in the Paula's Choice just because I know this is probably 6 months old at this point. So 12-month lifespan, but I just need to get a jump on using it before it turns. So that is all from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I know this is probably a long one, but really these empties videos are kind of mini reviews because I like to tell you, what I thought. I had a chance to use all of these up, so clearly I have some opinions on them. I like to tell you those in addition to telling you what I'm currently using. So if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.